Hey y'all, happy Saturday. So I wanted to come on here and do a video real quick, you guys. Okay. So I know lately a lot of people have been hitting me up to join some new gifting communities and things like that. And I have been respectfully declining, okay? Um and I have been declining because I've moved on to bigger and better, right? I'm making good money, right? Doing the mailbox money, doing American Bill money. And my question is why? Why gifting communities, right? I guess I just want to know why. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were on the phone just chit chatting it up, and I asked him, I was like, oh, before I even got to that, y'all, let me go back, let me circle back. So in one of my conversations with one of the people that was trying to get me in, they were like, well, what are you doing? And I did get to telling them about American Bill money, and I was like, oh, but so what's the product, what do I get? Just asking questions like that. How do I know it's not a scam? And what else did she ask me? She was like, do I have to, what do I gotta do? And blah, blah, blah. Well, first of all, if you go to the website, you know exactly what you gotta do, right? But everybody knows you mail off your postcards, you mail off your flyers, you bring in members, whatever, blah, 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 right? So, after going through all that or whatever, of course she opted out of, which is absolutely fine. I don't get mad. If it's not for you, it's not for you, right? But then she circled back and still trying to get me into a gifting community. It's not what I want. I don't want to do that. That is out of my scope. It's out of my scope. It's not a part of my 5-figure earnings every month. It's out of scope for me. Out of scope. Anyway, so fast forward back to the conversation with my friends, so we get to talking about it. And I asked him, I was like, why do people do that? I was like, what makes them think that, first, my question was, why do they think direct mail marketing is a scam, right? But then I also asked him, I said, why do they think that being in a gifting community is better than doing direct mail marketing, or anything like that? I said, what is it? I was like, I'm doing something that is legit. I'm doing something that makes me monthly residuals that's bringing in 5 figures a month. I'm making the money. I was like, but with a gifting community, you literally put your money in and you're just sitting there waiting. You ain't got no money. Meanwhile, I'm over here earning 5 figures a month, right? And so, I got to talking to him about it. I was like, why is it that the questions come up when it comes to direct mail marketing? Why, what's the product I get? What do I get? Is this a scam? Whenever direct mail marketing is introduced, but those same questions are not asked when it comes to a gifting community being introduced. And I said, why would people gravitate more to a gifting community versus, direct mail marketing, right? And he said it, and it made absolute sense, and I'll tell you guys why. But he got to it. He said, well, shoot. He said it's easy for them when it comes to gifting communities. They put their money in. They don't have to bring in anybody, and they sit there and wait. They don't have to do anything. I said, and I kid y'all not, I said, so they broke and lazy. Like, dead serious. I can't make this up. You're broke and lazy, all right? You're jumping from community to community trying to get money. You're putting your money in. I'm talking about these people spending thousands of dollars jumping into these different gifting communities, and they're not reaping the rewards, right? No questions asked, no nothing. All I got to do is put money in one time and sit there and wait. Okay. However, I'm over here, I'm putting in the work. Of course I am. I'm mailing out my flyers. I'm mailing out my postcards. I'm talking to people about how I'm earning my money online. However, I am making money in the process, right? But I said, you know what? That makes sense. And that's a mindset thing. That's a lazy and a broke mindset. And we are above that. All right. And I don't want that on my team when I think about it. And so I said, the next person that calls me or reaches out to me that's asking me to join any of these gifting communities, I'm instantly not even bringing up American Bill money or anything that I'm doing because you guys are in that broke and lazy mindset. Get out of that. Get out of that. What are you doing? You're sitting here. You would rather spend thousands of dollars to jump into gifting communities hoping that you reap the money that they're promising you when you come in, and you're sitting there and you're waiting and it never happens and it stalls, or things happen and you never get your payment, you never get anything, but you make the biggest deal about something that is legit, that's bringing in real income, that's been going on for over 23 years, right? You're asking questions. Is this a scam? What do I gotta do? Why do I have to do that? Why do I get that out of your mind? If it is something you're interested in, get it out of your mind. Your focus should be on the outcome. Your focus should not be on the what do I have to do? Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. If you're gonna think about that, you're gonna tire yourself out in your mind, and then you tire yourself in your mind, you tire yourself physically, and then you're over and you're done and you're not doing anything, and you're back to square one, which is not making any money because your mind is still stuck on, oh, I got so much to do, I gotta do all of this. When my mind is on the outcome. My mind is, girl, I'm booking this vacation. I got the money to do this. I'm finna do this. I'm buying this. You know, I'm finna do that. I'm finna take my daughter over here. I'm finna take care of my mom. I'm finna take my mom and get her hair done. She going once a week. We getting these nails done. So we doing this week. Everything that I want to do, I'm doing. And I'm focusing on that. My focus is, I'm doing this because I'm getting here. I'm putting stamps on these postcards because I know every time I put stamps on postcards, that's bringing in money to my bank account. That's going to allow me to do the things that I want to and build how I want to build. So I focus on that, you guys. I focus on the outcome, and you guys should too. And if you don't have that mindset already, if you're going to come in with asking questions like, is this a scam? Why do I got to do this? Why do I got to pay for this and get materials for this? I don't want it. You're not really interested. Because if you were interested, what you would do is you would reach out and say, hey, I'm ready to get started. Tell me how to get signed up. That's what you would do. And that's where I want your mindset when you do reach out to me and you're ready to join and you want to, how do I get started? Get me in, put me in, coach. That's what I want you to say. I don't want you to come with questions. And if you come and you're asking me, what is this all about? That means that you didn't read the information, because I guarantee anybody that asks for additional information about the program, I send you the link. The link breaks down everything. And any question that you're going to ask, I'm going to give you that answer. And that answer came directly from the website. Okay? So if you say, give me the information, I'm thinking you're reading it. But if you come back and you ask me questions that I know are answered on the website, you didn't really read it. You just wanted to have a conversation with me. It's cool. It's cool if you want to talk. Just say, girl, I just wanted to talk to you. Just say that. But go in there and read. Reading is fundamental. It's going to help you in your business. Not just with joining me and being on my team, but in your business, your overall life. You got to read. You got to understand what you're doing. If you're not reading and you're not comprehending and you're not understanding what you're doing, what are you doing? Okay? But moral of the story is, get rid of that broke and lazy mindset. Once you get rid of that broke and lazy mindset and you start focusing on your outcome and what you're looking forward to and your goals, you're going to get ahead. You're going to get to where I am now. And I want to help you get there, okay? So if you're interested, reach out to me, you guys. And I don't want to have this conversation again, all right? Bye.